I know. It's been a while. Guys, please forgive me. I've had some personal things come up, but again, we are back now. So, lately, being that I am dealing with some baby snapping turtles, common cross with Florida, to be specific, but it's came to my attention that there's not a lot of care videos on these guys. So I figured, why not get involved and post some care tips on the common snapping turtle. Babies. Specifically, babies. Now, I don't necessarily recommend this to everyone, but when you, or if you, dare to do this, it's kind of rewarding, I guess you can call it. Let me stop talking about it and just show you guys. When you can get a snapping turtle that has, a bad rep, these guys are so aggressive, these guys are this, these guys are that. When you can get that animal to eat out of your hand, there's just something about it. Now, obviously, you can't just go and pick up a wild snapping turtle and do this with such. Say even him at that size, I do not recommend you guys doing such. I have not been bit by him or either of my two bigger ones yet. Hopefully I don't ever get bit by them, but unfortunately when dealing with animals, it's not necessarily it's not necessarily if, it's when. So again, I have not been bit by them yet. I do know that as they get bigger, they get stronger, those jaws become more powerful and they can hurt. So I just don't want to experience it. I mean, who really does? But the way you get them to let you do that is starting them off small, tiny little guys. These guys are just a little bit bigger than a quarter, not quite the size of a $50, but kind of close. You start them off that small, maybe a little bit bigger, and you can actually get them to be pretty docile, I guess you can call it. You can train them. There's been plenty of people that I've seen actually train them to almost act like a dog. I can't say that, they come when called, but they love cuddles and stuff like that. Like, it's weird. You wouldn't really think about it like that. Like, especially me, I wouldn't really think about a snapping turtle wanting to cuddle. But I've literally seen it with, not just posted on the internet like that, whatever, just scrolling through YouTube or whatever. No, like somebody on my Facebook posted a video of their snapping turtle cuddling. That's awesome. I'm kind of jealous. But you start them off small. You never get them too big when there's no interactions with them, if you want some type of interaction with them, that is. Mind you, yes, they still can hurt you, no matter if you get them as small as that and they still, or you do whatever you can, you do everything right, you give them all the attention, all the affection that you think that animal needs to become that docile. Sometimes it just doesn't work, unfortunately. But when dealing with snapping turtles, it's very important, especially when they're babies, it's very important that you do not give them too much water and you do not give them too much movement in their water. Unfortunately, I learned that the hard way. I had had a snapping turtle. He's actually in one of my very first videos. I had him in my native fish tank, and unfortunately it was too deep for him, even though he did have, you know, all the resources to bask, because at one point I thought that they needed to bask. But he did have that, and he also was doing phenomenal. He was going down to the bottom of the tank and coming up to the top, no issues. However, the filter gave too much of a current, too much of a flow, and I ended up finding him dead. Completely my fault. Unfortunately, stuff like that happens. I should have known better. I should have done more research, and that is completely my fault. So here I am trying to help you guys so that doesn't happen to you if you guys even ever get a snapping turtle. Generally, you don't have to worry about it with other turtles, but snapping turtles, at least in my experience, are more difficult when it comes to that. Not really difficult, just you gotta do them a different way. For instance, I start mine in totes. I start mine in 6-quart totes now, and I actually have put 3 of them together for this video, just to kind of show you guys how I do it, but just show them all together in the video, because why not? Thankfully, I don't really have to worry about aggression, especially not with these little babies. Obviously, yes, they can get each other's tails, and they could get each other's limbs, not necessarily harm each other's limbs, but it is plausible. So thankfully, I haven't had to worry about that. All you do, this much water, and you're good to go. You can go, you know, a little bit more, like this deep is probably the max. And the reason for that is because these guys, they can breathe like most turtles, if not all turtles. They actually breathe through their cloaca or butthole. However, I prefer, and I think that it's the best method, or not so much the best method, but I think that it works the best when they can poke their head out of the water while still on the bottom of the tote, for instance. So I got some videos of the side of the tote, as well as over top of it, so you guys can see that. I'll stop rambling on, and I will just throw them there. As you guys can see, they will extend out their neck. Their neck is actually long enough to reach to the base of their tail, so they can extend their neck out pretty far, so they can actually get to the surface of the water, extend their face out to the surface of the water, that is. And that is just fine. I would not go no deeper than that. Here you go, right there. You can see that little turtle doing such. Got spooked by the camera. But these guys love to just lay at the bottom and just pop their head up from time to time. Not necessarily needed, but I like to make sure that they can get their head out, so I don't have to worry anymore about, obviously, them drowning like my first one, unfortunately. As you guys can see, this here is a basic bare minimum setup. Small little body of water. I got a small filter in there just to kind of give some circulation, also some filtration. I do change out the water daily, but just to kind of keep some filtration, keep it kind of clean in between water changes. Anyways, I could probably keep these guys in together just because they're so small. It's almost not risky, other than the possible tail nip here or there. You guys can see that these are eating on turtle pellets, just nice growth pellets in specifics. They'll do great on guppies, ghost shrimp as well. Basic, as simple as it gets. Room temperature water, some turtle pellets, and you're good to go. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that little, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know. But again, I do apologize for taking so long to come out with more content. Unfortunately, again, I have been dealing with some personal issues that I am getting taken care of. So we are back at it. Now, I will not be doing a live today, tomorrow actually, because here it is, what time is it? It is 11:56, Saturday night. I'll be posting this Sunday, so I will not be doing a live video Sunday, but I will make sure that I announce the winner for the 1K giveaway. I do appreciate you guys. I do appreciate all the support. If you guys like the video, please make sure you like, comment something, tell me how your day was, tell me what you liked about the video, what you didn't like about the video. Comment something. Let's interact. Let's talk. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. Really helps us out. Helps get the word out. Helps get more of a broader spectrum of viewers to see our content. So with your guys' help, we'll get there. Alright guys, take care.